Well, following a tragic event like the shooting in Uvalde, survivors and family members, and of course the community, has got to find ways to cope with the grief and find a path forward toward healing. Brenda Mitchell joins me now for more. She's a volunteer with Moms Demand Action. That's an organization trying to end gun violence. She's also a certified grief counselor. And Brenda, she lost her son Kenneth to gun violence back in 2005. Brenda, I can only imagine every time you hear about these shootings, it probably stirs up a lot of feelings. Tell us more about your son and what your experience has been like after losing him to gun violence.
My son, Kenneth Mitchell Jr., was pretty much the center of our life. He was my firstborn son. And Kenneth had just gone to take his brother to the airport for his third tour of duty in Afghanistan to fight for Iraqi freedom, only to have to be brought home a week later to bury his brother Kenneth in a free country. So the irony of that has left us damaged. We thought we were sending one into harm's way, not realizing that we actually could not save Kenneth in a free country.
You know, when you hear about the shootings out of Texas and in New York, what's going through your mind? You've been thinking about this probably daily now for, man, decades. How do we prevent things like this from happening?
The number one focus that we should be thinking about in terms of preventing this and how we could stop it from happening is background checks. Background checks, licensing, and in this case that we just seen, red flag laws. But until our Senate identifies with what the pulse of the country is and to identify that their constituency is asking for more than what they are willing to give us. And as Senator Chris Murphy said, why are we here? And why are you representing or not representing us? So that would be what I think our focus should be on tougher. And this is something that we will not repeat and we may not see at this magnitude.
So there's a recent report from the organization Everytown for Gun Safety. This report came out in February, and it found that 9 out of 10 gun violence survivors report experiencing trauma from the incident. I mean, that makes sense. These are terrifying things. What advice do you have for survivors in Uvalde as they navigate through their grief and all these emotions?
To understand that what we experience is trauma. An isolated incident has thrown our emotional and our physical being into a state of trauma. And in order to deal with that, you're not dealing with the normal grief process. You're dealing with complicated grief, mourning, and grieving a loss that was taken from you. And I often say we're like the walking wounded. We have a sore that nobody can heal. And yet, in the beginning, there were no resources. And now this is more common than there is a rarity. And so we're looking for trauma-informed resources, trauma-informed care, point of service, contact, rapid response teams, and just understanding that we're burying our children in a free country. And we can always look to another country and identify their ills, but we have no problem with burying children in America, a free country, land of the free.
Well, you know, the nation seems pretty fired up about gun legislation right now. And of course, we've been here before. Is this the school shooting that will instigate change?
I would hope that it would, but you know, they said that they would instigate change at Sandy Hook. They said that they would indicate change at El Paso. They said they would indicate change at Parkland. Parkland had the audacity to initiate the change themselves by taking this argument to Chicago and saying that what we had was an isolated incident. We're dealing with everyday gun crime. And we're in a state of emergency. And we don't even realize that we're in a state of emergency. But I don't want your prayers. I don't want your moments of silence. What we want is action from this Senate to do the right thing. Because we're not going to go away. We're not going to stop. And as long as we're standing, our children are still speaking. Don't put a period behind them. we're working this thing out and we'll be there. Expect us.
Brenda Mitchell, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.